You might not even get what Hollow Knight is all about, especially if you only learned to enjoy pain from Elden Ring. Hearing this, many fans will light up and drag you along, yelling, "This is exactly what you need, a bug-suffering Soulslike," and based on the hype, it seems you're destined to fall in love with Hollow Knight Silksong. But it's a lie. The first thing you need to understand, after all the talk about its being a Souls-like, is that Hollow Knight is Metroidvania. Because of this, Hornet, the new protagonist in Silksong, will have the chance to unlock a small set of core abilities, and that's what you are stuck with until the very end. So if you think you'd rather spend your time on 100 attempts against some boss than on exploring to find something, this game is not for you. There won't be hundreds of attempts for a simple reason. This game is free from Miyazaki's particular brand of game design impotence, who seems to only get excited at the sight of swamps. And second, you'll get to the boss when you already have everything you need to win, without 600 fucking tries to memorize endless movesets just to find one window for hit. Without the right skills and their upgrades, you simply won't get anywhere, so you'll have to search for things long and hard. This alone can make the game feel suffocating with its rigid structure, but if that doesn't scare you and you decide to push through, you'll open the map and realize the last thing it does is help. Metroidvanias in general, and Hollow Knight in particular, operate on the principle that being lost is a part of adventure. For many, this might not sound appealing at all, because for a while you will have absolutely no idea where you are, and most likely in Silksong you won't get the items needed to draw the map yourself for free after face-checking new areas. Previously you have to buy a quill, or how it's called, this shit, then scraps of the map, and only when you had something that vaguely resembled the world around you, you then had to figure out where you were in it. You can guess it based on your surroundings or by charms that showed your location. So on one hand, you can have a unique experience right from the start by taking a quality wrong turn, and on the other hand, is it worth suffering for hours just because you got accidentally lost? In any case, you have a set of skills that lets you travel without constantly needing to find a fucking bonfires. There aren't many. The game completely lacks of the D&D style cancerous growth of stat pumping that everyone is used to. Levels and grinding never even showed up here, and all you can do is find a way to get stronger by using and improving the same small set of abilities throughout the entire game. The question is, will that be enough for you? If yes, then you will be interested to know that the toolkit, let's be toolkit, has changed significantly since Hollow Knight. In Silksong, charms and even soul are gone. Now you have a silk instead. That's what you use to heal, and it instantly restores 3 masks without you having to stand still. However, it requires a lot of resources. To replenish them, you have to desperately throw yourself at enemies and wrapping their silk guts around your needle. This is fucking bug Warhammer. At the same time, you will get ways to do this cheaper, or even twice in a row, provided you have the right crest. This is basically the new system of laydouts. What we've seen in the trailers so far is that the crests determine how you heal, how you fight, and what tools you can use. The crests themselves have slots where you can stick red tools, combat consumables, blue ones, how I understand these passive bonuses, and yellow ones for things like the compass. There's no standard leveling up here, but the abundance of variations allows you to customize the core gameplay to your desired style, and that's far more inventive and interesting for progression than fucking grinding at a bonfire for the sake of bigger numbers. In the end, everything that turns many games into a dreary marathon was shoved into a coffin by Team Cherry, and a single nail with one needle was enough to seal the lid. The needle is your only weapon for the entire game. There are no armor sets with different stats and resistance, no hundreds of weapons, no tons of buffs that will be ignored the second a meta build is found. For many, this is unacceptable. In my opinion, it's a blessing, especially after seeing Elden Ring, where fixing something broken leads to destroying the old system and creating a new, even more broken one. The system in Silksong isn't about exploiting a foundation, but about creating mechanics that complement it. You have to learn to use exactly what you're given while having the option to improve or modify it. Silksong won't let you just get stronger, you understand? It will force you to get sharper. Yeah. At the same time, the ability to play different classes, which usually comes from armor and stats and other stuff, hasn't gone away. A role in-game is crucial. It defines your essence, how you interact with New World, how you're limited by the game conventions and the rules you set to yourself. A role defines your path. And here, you don't have any. Instead, you're given a mountain of tools that lets you create your own class. In Silksong, based on the trailers, the combination of skills, crests, and tools already lets you build a fierce DPS or a summoner. And these builds existed in Hollow Knight, where you could also build into an unkillable tank or a pure spellcaster, all within the same limited abilities. So the paths are open, you just have to decide if you want to go where they lead. And there, you won't understand anything, but after you finish the game, you will be able to read everything on the wiki. In the worst tradition of Soulslike, the entire plot of this bug tragedy is just torn scraps of senseless basing. Who are you? What for? Why? No one will tell you. By piecing together bits of information, you'll form theories. And surprisingly, it won't matter if you're wrong or right. In either cases, the answer to your burning questions will provoke a reaction somewhere between "I knew it" and "holy shit." The completeness of the picture directly depends on how thoroughly you've vacuumed the map, because the number of secret passages, hidden caches, and shortcuts is just astronomical. At first, you just need to go up. The answers are probably up there, the ones that previous hero couldn't find, and yes, it's all connected. He's your relative, by the way. This is a family sitcom. And the heroine's mother was already killed by her own half-brother from the same father. And the father, by the way, already dead. This is a very specific game. You either have the patience and desire to understand its beauty, or you'll die of boredom and confusion right at the beginning. And it's okay, there are always a Roblox for you, you know. But if you accept its rules, Hollow Knight Silksong risks becoming one of the best games of your life. If any of these brought you little joy or got you seriously triggered, I'll be glad if you subscribe to the channel, hit like, or write something. And for now, I just kiss your face, slap your ass, and bye.